It's not
God bless your mother,
forte
though.
anymore.
I mean, but for her, for getting you those lessons, for making sure, I mean, you say in those days in Winnipeg, you know, a single mom, that was...
Well, she was, I mean, she made a very gutsy move for 1949. I was about a year old, and there was problem between my mother and father. They realized they weren't going to stay together. She made a gutsy move, which many women didn't do in the 40s and 50s. She grabbed me one night and said, enough of this nonsense, and took me home to her parents' place, moved back in with my mother, with my grandmother and grandfather. And I really give her a lot of credit for that because, as I said, that was very unusual. That was not the norm. That was an aberration for that period in time. And then she became a working mom to support me. And she took the role of my father, and my grandmother basically took the role of my mother, so I was raised by my grandmother at home while my mother went to work. But, you know, we were not from an affluent background, and yet, as I have reiterated many times, including on the liner notes, she always made sure there was money for the piano lessons. And, oh boy, I thank the guardian angels for that, because it changed my life completely, the music. There was always music in the air. She had 78s. By her favorites of the day, which were like Dinah Shore, Perry Como, Eddie Fisher, Guy Mitchell, Bing Crosby, Frankie Carlin, his honky-tonk piano, and this was before television, so the radio and the records were always on in the house.
But didn't she know you had, like, I mean, the voice is what people think of you as having,
well,
that you've got this, one of the most fabulous voices.
Oh, bless your heart.
No, but wasn't she singing that Burton? Sing!
It wasn't so much the vocals at the beginning. It was more I could plunk out little tunes on the piano, and I think she knew I had a proclivity for music because I was fascinated by records. Even before kindergarten, you know, I would climb up on a chair. We had one of those old crank-em-up Victrolas, and I would put the 78s on. And at a very, very early age, I think 4 or 5 years old, I realized that records froze time forever. Because if I really liked Guy Mitchell singing The Roving Kind, when it was over, even as a little kid, I knew I could pick the needle up, put it back to the beginning, hear it again. And if I really wanted to, I could pick the needle back up and hear it again. So I was aware.
Just like Burton Cummings on the radio.
Well,
Now, I gotta get you playing, because people are going to kill me if I keep talking.
Oh, well.
But there's one thing that is hysterical on this, which is you doing Gordon Lightfoot, doing
old
Maggie
friend
May.
Gordon, yes.
Well, I thought you should do all of Tears Are Not Enough. You could do all the voices, just like Andre Philippine. You could do If Every Day Goes By, and then you could do your bit, and then you could do Neil,
and, well,
Joni.
I'd have a little trouble doing Anne Marie, I think. But if you want to hear a little of that, I will say that this is, as I say on the album, this is if Gordon Lightfoot's favorite singer were Rod Stewart, and it's kind of like this.
Wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you. It's late September and I really should be back in school, or find myself a rock and roll band that needs a helping hand. Oh, Maggie, I wish I'd never seen your face.
You can see how tight you are.
Pretty silly stuff.
Yeah, but he laughed, eh?
He's, I think deep down he's flattered. I mean, imitation is a sincere form of flattery, and I've known him for 30 years. I must say, when I first joined the Guess Who, I had just turned 18. It was February of '66. We were in Montreal for one reason or another, and the record company took us to this tiny little coffee house, and there was Gordon. And I remember sitting with Randy Bachman in awe, and we kept nudging each other because Gordon did an entire 100-minute set that night of original songs. I had never heard anyone do almost 2 hours, especially 30 years ago. Entirely original material. And I think in a very early age, and an integral part of the Guess Who, Gordon was a really big inspiration on us.
You seem to be having more fun now. There's no, like, anything you got to prove anymore?
No, I have nothing to prove, and the critics can't hurt me because I've outlasted
And even
all of them.
Winnipeg appreciates you enough, and everything's cool.
Winnipeg is wonderful for me. They've named a building after me, and I've gotten immortality before death, which is kind of a unique situation.
So can I get you to play? Which should you play?
Rhapsody
just to go out.
is kind of a
Rhapsody.
nice one.
Rhapsody's a lovely one. This is really lovely.
disguise it so it's not been heard before. And I will sing a lullaby. I'll let you know I'm near you through the night to keep you warm. I'll let you know I'm near you through the night to keep you warm. I will play Rhapsody.
This is pretty early. We had Richard Margolese singing opera, you know, a couple of days ago. And that seemed pretty brutal at this time of day.
Oh,
So I know.
God bless him.
Yeah. Well, God bless you.
Thank you.
That was really
Pleasure to be here.
lovely.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you, Burton. Goodbye, everybody. Up close and alone. Well, not as long as I'm here. We'll be back.
Haven't changed a bit. Look at that.
Just a babe in arms. Well, it's the zip code for Indianapolis, eh?
46201, yeah.
Dan Aykroyd tomorrow.